So today guys, I just want to share some news with you and also some of my thoughts of the current situation we are all in, and also show you what the OpenAI has just created, which is kind of disturbing but also interesting. And I also want to hear your opinions about it. As you guys know, OpenAI is it's a company that develops general purpose language AIs, which is called ChatGPT. And they are also currently building another AI that is called Sora, and Sora is an AI that creates visual images or videos by a prompt, which is a text prompt that you can give the AI, and it is quite disturbing because if we just go and check on the content they provided us with, and this is the content at the moment. As you guys can see, everything here is AI generated. And yeah, there's a watermark here down in the corner. You guys probably can't see it because my camera is in the way, but this is all AI created. And let's go and check the other content here. So if we go here, there's a video of mammoths that is currently coming to me or coming to meet me. And this is obviously not real if you know your history right. And then if we go here, this is a film trailer that is also quite disturbing. And if we pause here, you guys can see, if I can get a good image here, you will probably see that these humans here are actually created by the AI, but they also look human-like. It's not like we can define or actually know if it's created by AI or not. So now AI can create video footage, and I don't know if this is good for the movie industry or the YouTube creation industry. It might be good for that, but I don't really know at the moment. But yeah, let's go and check the other stuff. Here we have a drone footage where the waves are in fact clashing against the cliff. I'm not gonna explain all of this, but I just want you guys to know what this company is currently creating. Here's an animation. So companies that creates animation, for example with Blender or other type of software, which also makes companies that create animations such as and also cartoons, makes their lives easier, but the jobs will probably decrease because you can just generate instead of creating. And if we go here, yeah, there's a lot of videos. Obviously this seems a bit AI created. You can see the fish and so on. This is also some cartoon creation here. And then you have a bird, a ship. This is actually really cool. You also have a man sitting and reading this on a cloud, and this is also AI generated. It's almost like this human is in fact existing. You can see the hair on his arm, you can see the beard, you can see the hair on his head, the fingers and all the textures in the fingers and hand. Yeah, it's just incredible, but also quite disturbing. I think that's all. Now, what does this mean to you as a student, for example? Well, it depends obviously. It depends on what type of area you want to study in and create a career or so forth. Say for example that you want to create a career in acting, for example, and we have AI systems that create movie scenes or trailers and so forth, then that can actually be interrupted by technology. Though I will also say that creating a sequence of video footage where all the characters are in fact the same is quite hard with AI, so that might be another thing to think about. Yeah, that's for one example. Say for example that you want to be a photographer or something like that, then you have to be very considerate of your type of choice, because depending on what type of niche you are in, AI might actually replace you because they can create say drone footage or create images of mammoths, for example, or other type of animals. Like it's endless. You have to think about it like what type of niche do I want to get into, and how is that niche not dependent on an AI. So that's really interesting. And then, for example, if you want to study computer science, which I do, then you have to really think about it, because AI can obviously write code right now and understand complex logic and execute mathematical equations just much faster than us humans. And this means that, and we have seen this in the ChatGPT actually, the ChatGPT can actually write software code, which means that software engineers might get dropped off, and we have seen that both from Facebook, Meta, and or Facebook and Meta is the same thing, but Meta and also Amazon and YouTube and Google and so forth. Say for example that you study computer science, then I would recommend you to, and this is just based on my experience and also my thought process, so this might actually be wrong, and if you feel like it's wrong, then please send it in the comments below so we can debate about it. But I would say that I think hardware development and also working with AI is some niches that are in fact safe. Working with AI is obviously something that's safe, because more and more AI is going to be developed in the future, and I don't think anyone can stop the development of AI, because first of all, the AIs develop themselves at the moment, and also if there's also a competitive race, so to speak, where multiple tech companies want to create the best AI they can have or use to essentially compete with other companies. It's basically a race in the AI development. So if you want to program AIs and work for a company in that way, that might actually be a safe choice, though I can be wrong. But if you want to say, for example, that you're interested in hardware design and hardware development, then you can probably, I would probably say that is a safe space, because obviously in manufacturing, a lot of the construction will be replaced by AI and robots that creates these processors or hardware components. But the main logic behind these subparts or hardware parts will actually be programmed by humans. And if I'm wrong about that, then I'm really terrified, because that means that AI can program software themselves and also make and program the hardware part of themselves as well, which means that they can control, or not control, but make or create clones of themselves, and that's where it really gets dangerous. So I think that's a safe choice. And what we also have to take in consideration here is that when you go into college, or you choose to go into college, if you do that, it's a choice you have to make. Then you also have to take in consideration that depending on what I'm choosing right now, AI might replace me in the future. That means that 18-year-olds or above have to think about what type of industry and what type of niche do I not get replaced in. That also means that an 18-year-old or above has to know how the world works and how the different cause-effect relationships actually work together, and how to analyze data and also try to predict the future so they don't make the wrong decision. That is something that's really tough for an 18-year-old guy or girl to do, and I think that's just wrong. 18-year-olds shouldn't really think about it at the moment, unless they are really interested in it and want to take that choice and to actually research about that scenario or that topic. But the world is going to get a lot harder, I think, with AI, and a lot of people are gonna be replaced, a lot of markets is gonna change, and a lot of markets is gonna probably develop, and the richer is gonna earn more money, obviously, because they can automate different systems. But the mediocre human will probably get it a lot harder, because the industries and the niches will eventually be so automized that humans is in fact not needed. So you have to find a niche and a system that humans are in fact needed, that you like, and also that you all have a substantial amount of knowledge. Say for example that the majority of niches and industries is in fact automized by AI. That means that fewer markets and niches is gonna be opened for the majority of people, but the amount of people that is in fact not have that does not have a job will in fact increase, which means that if you think about the scenario with a supply and demand, the supply is the people and the demand is the amount of niches that is in fact open for which also needs people to work in, for example. So the demand will decrease and the supply will increase, and this also means that the competitiveness in that system, demand and supply will also increase, which also will make it harder to get a job, for example. So yeah, that's just my thoughts. There's a lot more to this, and if you have any more information, please share it down in the comments. And yeah, just make sure you guys are researching about a lot of things, try to learn new things every day, so you don't get outcompeted with AI, and also don't sit on your ass and watch social media. Thank you guys for watching.